I shall now show my utter disgust and anger with you through the piano.
Okay, go on.
Austria is the gentleman of the Hetalia series. Despite his known lack of stamina and pampered lifestyle, he was born for battle similar to Prussia. However, he was never really good at that under Switzerland. This changed during his time as the Habsburg Empire, where he had the most power in the Holy Roman Empire. In current day, however, he is very reliant on Germany. His sudden weakness could be due to him being the Habsburg Empire. While powerful, he got out of a lot of his problems through marriage, resulting in nearly every nation having a Habsburg sphere of influence. His dependence on that type of lifestyle softened him up. Unlike Prussia, who did his best to avoid marriage. He has a deep love of music, but while he is a great artist and baker, he has a horrible sense of direction and often has to be chaperoned by other nations, usually Germany or Hungary.
Ah, whatever, just don't get lost again. I don't have the time to come get you.
Fine then. Thanks for nothing.
He was expecting to get lost?
He's a strict perfectionist. His harsh treatment of a young Italy counts, yet is able to show kindness to those under his rule. While Fan intends to write him off as a heartless monster for unknown reasons, he is one of the more nicer characters in the series. He is also very insecure, though he comes off as proud even in the face of defeat. He is very concerned with his image at times, not wanting Germany to see him break a cup, considered coming to a party naked to avoid choosing a horrible costume, and tries his very best to avoid his photo from being taken. Also, when mad, steam comes from his head.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
The two fought for a period before Hungary found herself under Austria's rule. Hungary's feelings for Austria are described as a complex feeling of defiance and yearning. Despite being under his rule, Hungary is very understanding and acts as his confidant. The two were married for a long period, and even after technically being divorced, are shown to have deep feelings for each other, Hungary especially. She is very protective of him, fighting Prussia during the Austrian succession, and France for bothering him. While being a bona fide pervert and boy-on-boy fangirl, most of her interest involve Austria, snapping pictures of him changing, and eagerly watching him get molested by another guy, unless Prussia is involved. Despite both being German nations and having a love of music, the two have a long rivalry, mainly due to control over the Holy Roman Empire, and later on which one of them has the right to care for a young Germany. They even fought over Italy's unification. They have trouble getting along, which mostly means Prussia enjoys bothering him, usually for no reason, sometimes out of jealousy. Yet when they share a common enemy during the Napoleonic Wars, they are able to be civil towards each other, while Prussia usually beats him in anything war-related. Austria ironically is the more fortunate of the two in the end, having a kind of girlfriend, while Prussia mooches off him. Austria was born for the specific reason to fight for Switzerland, which usually ends with Switzerland saving him.
It's funny. I was created to fight. But no matter how hard I try or who I end up fighting, I always seem to end up like this. At least I have you to come and pick up the pieces when things fall apart on me.
While the two were close during their youth, their bosses torn them apart, resulting in an odd rivalry of sorts. They are both bitter, but still are affected by their past together. Austria shown to still follow Switzerland's frugal lifestyle despite being a rich boy, and Switzerland's relationship with Liechtenstein reminds him of the good moments he had with Austria. There's nothing really keeping them apart outside of Switzerland's pride, and Austria's bad memory. Austria and Germany have a strangely close relationship. Austria started off as a mentor figure towards Germany, but after being annexed, Austria became more reliant on Germany, who started seeing him as troublesome as Italy. While they are mostly together on his boss's orders, they are shown to be close enough for Germany to confide in Austria about his problems. Austria also has no issues getting out of his comfort zone to help him. After World War II, Austria tries his best to be less reliant on Germany with mixed results. And no Funimation, they aren't freaking brothers.
This is Austria, my older brother.
Austria and Spain were married during his time as the Habsburg Empire, though it was merely business. The two rarely saw each other unless discussing the Italy brothers, and Austria basically dumped off the more problematic brother with Spain. Spain didn't really take the marriage seriously. Spain provided support during the 30-year war, but switched sides when Austria's defeat benefited him during the Austrian succession, then joined him again during the 7-year war. It's obvious why the marriage didn't last long. Austria conquered and suppressed Italy's desire for most of his youth. However, the two are shown to be close back then and even in modern day with no issues. Italy respects Austria and is against the idea of him joining Germany out of concern. He even chose to remain under Austria's rule in the past over reuniting with his brother. Austria, while strict on him in the past, also showed moments of kindness, letting him listen to him play the piano, and giving him a break after Holy Roman Empire's departure affects him. France has an obsession with Austria. Whenever he has something perverted in mind, Austria is always his go-to option. which usually leads to him getting punished.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
Not that he cares. Yet the two also have a rivalry with France, eager to humiliate or be superior to him. France's assistance is based on which side England is on. And he is basically useless when his personal fight is settled. Czech, like most nations, has worked under Austria. While Hungary married up into the Austrian-Hungarian Empire, Czech's attempts at independence were suppressed. Like Austria, Czech got married and divorce. Has a preference for a high lifestyle. She has taken care of Slovakia similar to Germany for Austria. Czech's rivalry with Hungary can also be taken as jealousy. Despite World War II and the Eastern Bloc straining their relations for a long period, the countries are still very close neighbors. Austria, like many nations, is scared of Russia. However, the two have been allies more than once. Against Poland, the Austrian succession, and the 7-Year War. Russia also sides with Austria in his political affairs. In terms of the show, they are polar opposites. Austria is a former superpower living a lazy lifestyle. Russia is a formerly weak nation feared by many. While Austria was also a strict boss, many of those under his rule are still friendly with him. While Russia's former subordinates are too scared to cut him off completely.
Britain, in regards to how useless you are, I believe it has given me the right to talk shit about you behind your back.
That's rough, buddy.